Boobs, also known as honkers, badonkers, biddies and jibitters. These mummy milkers of doom are the stuff of horror to One Piece fans and Straw Hat enjoyers alike. But it wasn't always the case. So let's look at this double delicious history of One Piece and 3D boob phobia. So, One Piece is an anime known and heralded as one of the big three, and if you've seen my last video, it is also the best selling comic book of the universe, with other alternative universes still pending. And while the anime manga started as a light-hearted adventure of a stretchy boy trying to find the mythical treasure, the One Piece, it eventually escalated into bigger and larger conflicts. And the larger those conflicts grew, the bigger the cup sizes of the female characters began to grow. People have been discussing the continued and still ongoing balloonification of these very knockers within One Piece for longer than most of you have been alive. Oda, the writer of One Piece, is also known to be quite a breast enthusiast, slowly but surely projecting his idealistic views of the female body onto the pages of his manga. And for the most part, people have accepted the two entities, which are Oda's terrific capabilities at storytelling and his perverted love for large milk glands, as two sides of the same coin that was the One Piece manga. If we wanted one, we gotta deal with the other. So for most One Piece communities, got filled with one half people that like it for the story and the world, and the other half that love the fan service and the titties. However, during the last few years, something started to happen in the One Piece Reddit community. The One Piece subreddit is a place where people can and should be able to post anything they want, as long as it's One Piece related and is additive to the greater community. What you find most are theories for the future chapters, fan art, current chapter discussions, news articles, and also cosplay. And in the last year or so, people started to fire back towards women cosplaying One Piece characters, commenting that they are low effort and are farming for attention. Not thinking that most drawings are made by people that want attention either for their art or for their art pages or sometimes even for their self-owned indulgence, or the people that make joke and silly prediction posts want to make people laugh and also get attention. But for some reason, because these cosplayers of the breasticle owning variety and maybe even have a sneaky page promoting pictures of them with even less clothing, it suddenly isn't the right quality to belong in such an esteemed community. I mean, of course, the community that allows such popular posts as a single screenshot of the anime should be held to a way higher standard. But what exactly are people complaining about and what exactly is being posted? Maybe I should delve a bit further in the subreddit and explain it a bit more in depth, cause I feel like we can get something out of here. So scrolling through the subreddit and mostly comments of the girls cosplaying, it paints a clearer picture. People don't like low quality cosplay. People don't like links to premium accounts, for example OnlyFans or Patreon. And people don't like boobs being overly used within cosplay. Now let's address these points in reverse order, shall we? So the overuse of breast in cosplaying One Piece character is an odd choice to focus on. As I mentioned earlier, the characters in One Piece are quite well endowed, and most of them aren't afraid to show that fact off to the entire world. Now, the linking of the premium accounts is something I can see as being a bit iffy. If the girls link to those explicit sites directly in the comments, but no one is ever posting those links in the comments. Sometimes you even have to go deep into their pages, going through their account settings to see if they posted something linking to those accounts. And sometimes they don't even have a premium account and are still being blamed for trying to promote a service they don't have. And purely for research purpose, and for no other reason, I have checked out a few of these femme fatales premium accounts just to see what kind of content they are posting. And most of the time it isn't even nude stuff. So people aren't being angry about nudity in their precious little server, they're angry about women making money by selling photos of themselves. While in the same breath fan artists are posting their premium accounts or even websites where they can buy art in the comments and everyone is fine with that. Even if they indirectly link to drawn porn, no one seems to be bothered by it. It is the real 3D variant that is the evil of this world, apparently. Also, I'm not saying these artist mentions did anything wrong, by the way. On the contrary, I say keep making art and keep making money with that art. And if that art includes drawing some fat ass hooters, I say go for it. But I do think it's weird how one gets scrutinized while the other gets almost encouraged within this same community. And what about low quality? What is low quality? As someone who has done quite a bit of professional photo shooting, modeling isn't easy. Even if you are a naturally attractive person, being able to pose well takes some skills. Making the cosplay is even harder, and most of the time we don't know what is and what isn't custom made within cosplay. And if I'm being 100% honest, talking purely about photographic capabilities from both the photographer and the model, do these look low quality to you? Not to me, and I bet you anyone with an eye for that stuff, it doesn't look that way either. And the term low quality is almost never thrown around on the posts themselves, mind you. It is always thrown around in separate posts of people talking, begging the community moderators to stop these scantily clad harlots from posting. Even though you can manually turn off the cosplay filter on the subreddit. Even though you can block not safe for work posts from showing up on Reddit entirely, even though you can ignore them since there are only a small minority of the posts within the subreddit, and even though you can just not click on the accounts, redirect yourself to their link tree, press on the OnlyFans button and not pay to see their naughty bits. Those are all possibilities, because most of the time the posts themselves aren't anything bad. Like I said, it are girls dressing up as One Piece characters. And if you're used to the standards of the show and the manga, you should be fully prepared to see them in 3D, 4K or 60 FPS, right? See, the thing is, people want the community to not be saturated with these posts. But again, as I mentioned earlier, they are just a small minority of the content of the actual website. Yet complain that the quality of posts keeps declining, and that is just these thoughts trying to milk the horny fans of this totally not horny series. But to make this entire thing even dumber, the people complaining don't even contribute to the community. Most, if not all of them, have at most 1 or 2 posts on the website. And of those posts, one is probably bitching about cosplayers themselves, while some of the girls that post their cosplays actually interact within the One Piece community and seem to generally be part of the One Piece community. Now, I'm not sitting here as some knight in shining armor to save all these fair maidens from their abusive Reddit trolls, because A, most of the girls seem to be fully capable of defending themselves, and B, it is not the entire One Piece Reddit community. There seems to be a big divide in where one side really hates these girls, while the other side thinks the complainers are blowing it way out of proportion. With sometimes posts getting lots of upvotes that are against cosplay, with pro cosplayers getting downvoted. And other times it's exactly vice versa. There's a big demographic that generally hates girls that do cosplay, it seems, while being fine with the rest of the One Piece series. One Piece, and to a greater extent Oda, have had a lot of criticism in how they design female characters. And to that end, rightfully so, with plenty of the female characters suffering from same face syndrome, and the bodies looking like they're trying to smuggle in balloons into the cake factory. But most fans have just accepted that as a fact that it looks like that, and either embrace it or make it a butt of a joke. While I don't think that every single One Piece fan is a blatant sexist, I do however feel that this is something that needs to be addressed and needs to be solved very quickly. Because yes, those girls should feel safe to post in here. Because why shouldn't they? They are literally enjoying the series just as much as we are, except they want to dress up. And I promise you, they do not try to destroy the subreddit. They maybe want a little bit of attention, maybe they want you to click on their pages, but that's it. And you know what's the great part is? You do not have to actually click. Great, crazy, right? But hey, what is your opinion on this whole stuff? I think it's really fascinating that just popped up out of nowhere in the last year, because I do not remember it being this grand of a thing like a few years back when I just started the One Piece. Now, what I'm going to do right now is go to that subreddit, go to the nearest cosplay post and put it on the controversial and grab some popcorn, because my god, I do love reading them. I am Durkcoin and thank you for watching.